Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, it looks as though the reasons why Aisha Buhari invited presidential aspirants to a dinner, it looks as though the reasons are starting to emerge slowly. But let's start off from the invitation and then we land onto the reason. So of course, a lot of you know that Aisha Buhari, she invited all the all the leading ones. I wouldn't say all the presidential aspirants, but especially all the leading ones. So she invited them to come have iftar or whatever, some Islamic dinner Ramadan type thing. I'm not Muslim, so apologies if I'm getting the wordings right. But she's invited them to come join her to break bread and to discuss matters. So we go to the invitation first, and then we go to the reason or one of the reasons why that invitation was issued later. But first to the invitation. So let me share this screen with you, and we start it off from here. So here it is. The invitation goes out, and there is Aisha Buhari, of course. So this is the invitation right here. 2023, Aisha Buhari hosts Tinubu Oshibanjo, Umahi others. Actually, it's already giving you, but it's already giving you the reason why she's done the invitation. So that's where I was hoping to land on. So this was her agenda all the way through. But let's have a read through anyway. 2023, Aisha Buhari hosts Tinubu Oshibanjo, Umahi others, wants women adopted as running mates. So let's have a read through and then we'll see what we make of one, the invitation, and then two, her agenda. The First Lady Aisha Buhari has urged political parties to always consider women as running mates to candidates contesting elections for various positions across the country. Mrs. Buhari was speaking on Saturday night when she hosted presidential aspirants from various political parties for a Ramadan iftar breakfast at the State House, Abuja. News Agency of Nigeria reports that the iftar was organized by the First Lady to provide an opportunity for the aspirants to share love and happiness with one another in the spirit of Ramadan and in a quest for nation building. She said fair play for women in politics was to ensure their greater participation in elective positions. In fact, it is high time women are adopted as running mates at all levels, considering their voting strength and active involvement in political processes. So let's just pause there for a moment and just reflect on what I've just read, on what we have just read, rather. So let's pause there for a moment and reflect on what we have just read. So what this lady is saying is, do I have a look at that? I'm looking at myself in on the screen as I'm speaking to you, and it's curious actually. You see yourself differently when you look at yourself in this way. You see all the gremlins on your face. Well, but there it is right there. But no, back to it. It is curious that Aisha Buhari is hosting this dinner. That's the first thing because it's not tradition. So this is something she essentially is innovating into that space. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? That is your subjective view. Should she have that level of influence to be able to commandeer leading politicians in the country and order them to Aso Rock? And why have they attended? So we all know why they have attended. We can understand why Oshibanjo will attend because that is his boss's wife. So if your boss's wife asks you to come, then you go. The 48 laws of power. What is that, Robert Greene? Never outshine the master. You have to do alright, sir. So he, by virtue of his job, has to do alright, sir. But then fortuitously, it also ties in with his political ambition. So he would have been there whether he was vice president or not, by the way, because he would not be wanting to be outside of that conversation. So he had to be there. Tinubu has to be there also for all of the political reasons, not because he especially cares for Aisha Buhari or feel beholden or betrothed to her in whatever form, but he has to be there for all of the political permutations. One, to show face, and two, to counter his opponent, and three to be frontal, and then also and not showing. He doesn't want not showing to be held against him as being somewhat disrespectful of the president's wife, because they are looking for many and several reasons just to, just to jettison him from the race, to sideswipe him from that race. So he doesn't want to leave any window open to be sideswiped in that race. So many reasons why Tinubu will be there. Dave Umahi, he just had to be there anyway for a good meal, and the rest of them. But curiously, it doesn't appear as though Atiku Abubakar actually turned up for that dinner. That is my understanding. And yeah, I don't think he did turn up. So why did he not turn up? So he didn't feel obliged to be subservient to Aisha Buhari. Does that play in favor of Atiku Abubakar? And does it play to the disfavor of the people who attended? But Atiku Abubakar, of course, is PDP. And Aisha Buhari has very little sway on his destiny. He's not seeking ticket from the APC, and he's going to battle it out with whoever the APC presents. And Aisha Buhari, of course, APC senior level or gas wife. So you can see all the reasons why Atiku would not attend. But should he have attended just to go there and intimidate them? So all of that in play. But the curiosity is the real reason why she's inviting them to come, which is to push the female agenda. So is she right to do that one? I will probably concede that she is right as a female rights person. What are they called? Suffragette, feminist. As a feminist, she's somewhat obliged to use her influence to promote female interest. But then the suggestion that she is making, is it a suggestion that rhymes and you agree with? Does it cohere? I think it is coherent, the suggestion, because we do need more female participation. I think I'm not sure, don't quote me, but I think the women slightly outnumber the men in Nigeria. And whatever the margins are, at least almost 50-50. So you cannot have just a total underrepresentation of women. There's no woman in any state house in the whole of Nigeria. No woman governor, no woman, of course, never a woman president. They've had that in Sierra Leone and all these satellite little African countries. So it's not especially an African thing. So why is it peculiarly a Nigerian thing? So for her to suggest that they should have female running mates just to put women then at the highest of that level, that is one that I agree with. And I think a lot of the state governors, they will do themselves a lot of justice if they make their running mate a female, because just by that, they will capture a lot of female votes along with whatever votes that they would capture anyway. So the state governors, they can easily do that. But is Nigeria ready at the presidential level for a female vice president? I would suggest that we are, but then does politics allow for that? Because the presidential ticket carrier, he's not willing to carry any baggage. So he's looking for somebody that also has somewhat of a name recognition, somewhat of a political structure, and plenty of money. How many women within the Nigerian paradigm fit that model? That is the thing. And is it a travesty on the Nigerian space that a lot of women do not fit that model? That is the other thing. So those are some of the questions wrapped into Aisha Buhari's invitation. So a real curiosity. So let's read the rest of that piece and then see where we land. So let me share that screen again. Where is it? I thought I brought some water with me. So let me just have a cup of water. Oh, sorry, yeah. So, oh yeah, so that's better. So where were we? So yeah, let's carry on with it. Where did we stop off? Yes, let's take it from the topmost paragraph showing on the screen. The news agency of Nigeria, NAN, reports that the iftar was organized by the First Lady to provide an opportunity for the aspirants to share love and happiness with one another. Imagine, so that's just a ridiculous, isn't it? But then, of course, that's the language. I won't say a female language, but it's somewhat of a female language, asking people to share love. to share love and happiness with one another in the spirit of Ramadan and in a quest for nation building. She said fair play for women in politics was to ensure their greater participation in elective positions. In fact, it is high time women are adopted as running mates at all levels, considering their voting strength and active involvement in political processes. As we approach the 2023 election with greater hope, I am confident that Nigeria will continue to grow from strength to strength on the pedestal of our democratic tenets, she said. The First Lady enjoined the presidential hopefuls to remain focused on issues that strengthened the nation's unity, brotherhood, and national cohesion. So that's almost a cheeky. That's almost mocking words. That's almost mocking words. The First Lady enjoins the presidential hopefuls to focus on issues that strengthens the nation's unity, brotherhood, and national cohesion. So then they should do the total opposite of what her husband did, is essentially what she's suggesting. So she, by that statement, stating the obvious that her husband was a failure, because Buhari did everything but to foster national unity, brotherhood, or cohesion. He had a Fulani agenda, he had a religious agenda, and he pursued that unabashedly, and it was frontal in the way that he did it. So, quite what she's doing making that comment is in fact, that takes away somewhat from the do good that she had done previously. She needn't have said that. The First Lady enjoined the presidential hopeful to remain focused on issues that strengthened the nation's unity, brotherhood, and national cohesion. Mrs. Buhari, however, reminded her guest that the 2015 election was a watershed in the history of Nigeria. It was neither contested in the court of law nor in the court of public opinion. Therefore, the greatest end of tenure gift that fellow Nigerians can give to the first family is another free and globally acknowledged fair election come 2023. She appealed. So, of course, the 2015 election did not go to court because the incumbent conceded. So he had no reason to go to court if he's already surrendered victory. And Buhari had no reason to go to court, of course. If Buhari had lost, of course, the court case would still be ongoing till today. She urged all the aspirants to ensure tolerance, fair play, and avoid violent tendencies by building bridges where necessary, especially during electioneering campaigns. So that is the message that Aisha Buhari delivered to the presidential aspirants. In the sum of it, in the round of it, in the roundings of it, it was essentially a positive message with an infusion of somewhat of an irritation. That unity, something or the other, that's just the nonsense. And her calling for a non-violent election, that's a bit of a nonsense too. When her husband came in threatening that if it's not let in, the country will soak in blood of baboons and dogs or whatever idiotic Fulani nonsense that he said at that time. So that was Aisha Buhari then commandeering all the at least the presidential aspirants to come and take instructions. But the instructions that she gave, let my people go, but let my people in. Let the women in was the message that she was seeking to deliver. Is it a message that is time is due? And do you think it will find a listening ear with any of uh the especially presidential politicians and the governorship aspirants too? The presidential aspirants and the governorship aspirants, do you think it will find any echo in their thoughts? So, and should it, is it not just the right thing to do, but is it also political expediency for female running mates to go alongside a principal in key posts in Nigeria? That is the conversational space that Malam Buhari's wife the one that lives in Dubai. She has come to Nigeria to open up. So, what are you making then of Aisha's suggestions? Share thoughts about all this with me in the comment section. But before you come into the comment section to share thoughts, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray, and then click on the bell button as well. That notifies you every time I drop a video. I do live streaming as well, which some of you may know, and some of you who do not know. At 9:30 rather, 9:30 thereabout UK time every single day. I do live streaming on Nigerian political matters. So if that is something that interests you and you want to engage me frontally, you are invited to come on the screen. That is the unique selling point of the live streamings that I do. So if you want to come and engage me frontally, then every single day, 9:30 UK time, just come to the platform and click on the hyperlink that I would have posted, and then we'll discuss matters that are topics of the day. So click on like, click on subscribe, then click on the thumbs up button as well, all the click-ins. Then come join me in the comment section to share thoughts about what you've heard on this video. So I'll leave it there. Carry the conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.